Are you broken? Listen, if there is one thing in common in this world that all living beings are search for, is happiness. We all like to be happy. We all seek happiness in this world, but we never find it. I am creating this video for you because I feel the pain most are experiencing right now. I was broken so many times years ago, stressed and depressed, reaching a point, believing the only way to be happy is taking alcohol and having multiple sex with different girls. But none of that helped me. Sometimes also thought of committing suicide as a way of escaping reality, crying all alone, no one to ask for help. I was a loser. But if I ask you, would you like to be happy in your life? What will be your answer? You will say, of course, I want to be happy in my life. I want this peaceful state. That is the answer for all living beings. Buddha says that all living beings like to be happy and seek the happiness. If we really think about our life, we are in the never ending journey of pursuing happiness. That means we are seeking for happiness, but yet we have not found it. What would be the reason for not finding happiness in our life? Well, Buddha teaches us that we are seeking this happiness from a source that happiness does not exist. We are seeking it from external world. We are seeking happiness from this materialistic things. When we seek external happiness from materialistic things or external world, you get pleasure, but that is not the happiness you deserve. Pleasure is something temporary, and it gives you this instant gratification. But true happiness is long lasting and gives you the contentment about yourself. The more you seek it, the more you become frustrated. So, will we ever be able to find happiness in our life? Yes, you can find happiness in your life. Listen, if you with an impure mind speak or acts, the suffering will follow you like the cartwheel following the ox. But if you with a pure mind speak or acts, the happiness will follow you like a shadow following a man. That means the happiness and the sadness entirely depends on the purity and the impurity of our minds. When our mind is pure, we can find the happiness. So today I'm going to share with you few things that will give you the happiness in your life, but only if you act on them. 1. Accepting the reality of life will give you the true happiness. You know life is full of ups and downs. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes we have bad days, sometimes we have beautiful memories, sometimes we also have miserable memories. So life is not something that is going equally every day. When you realize the reality, you can face these situations successfully. It is not always this bad experience makes us frustrated, but it's our reaction towards this bad experience that makes us frustrated. Whenever you get a bad experience or a bad day or a difficult situation, you have two choices. Either you can focus on the pain and feel miserable about the situation, or you can focus on the lesson that bad situation teaches us, learn from it, and start growing your life. So, if you accept the reality of life, sometimes the people around us are not in our control. We cannot control their reactions, we cannot control their opinions, but we can control our reaction towards it. So, when you realize those situations, you can face those situations successfully. Number 2, Buddha says, be generous. Practicing generosity is a major role in Buddhism. You have to give without any expectations. We have to dedicate towards others without expecting anything in return. Most of the time, we like to hold on to things or gather the things towards us. That's what people think when we gather and collect more things. We will get rich and you will gain happiness. But that's not true. It won't give you the happiness you deserve. It will give you pleasure, which is temporary. So what should you do? Be generous. Help and dedicate a part of your life on behalf of others. Let's say you give some food to a poor person. When you see that person is happily having the food, overcoming his hunger and making his life much better, you can also be happy. Do something nice every day for a person. That will bring you happiness. 3. Forgiving yourself and others. Forgiving is one of the most important things that we can do to create happiness in our life. We have to forgive ourselves and also forgive others too. When you forgive, you make your heart free. Forgiveness is not for the person who wronged you, but is for our own good. Also, we have to forgive ourselves. There are so many mistakes that we all have done in the past. If you hold on to the past, or making this present moment miserable, that will not give you happiness. So, whatever the bad things that you have done in the past, you have to have this ability to forgive ourselves and start all over again. We all have the ability, we all have that privilege to start our life again and make it a better one. No one is perfect in this world. We all have done mistakes. I also did the mistakes, but I changed. You can also change and become someone better. What we need to do is to forgive and start a new chapter. So, these are few things that you can do to create happiness in our life. When we realize about the reality of life, being generous and forgiving ourselves and others, we can be happy. Simply removing the desire, anger, and the delusion of the mind is called the enlightenment. When we practice these things, you will be enlightened to be happy. I promise you. 4. It's never too late to change. A friend of mine once told me a story about his grandmother. He said that when her husband died, she was 62, and for the first time in her life, she began to take piano lessons. For weeks, she practiced all day, every day. The family thought it was just a phase away for her to process her grief. But months went by, and she continued to play every day. People started to wonder if she was crazy or something was wrong with her. They told her to give it up and face reality. I mean, she was old. By the time she was in her 90s, she had been playing piano every day for over 30 years, longer than most professional musicians have been alive. She had mastered all of the classics: Mozart, Beethoven, Bach, Vivaldi. Everyone who heard her play swore that she must have been a concert pianist in her youth. No one believed her when she said that she took her first lesson in her 60s. It's never too late. I get emails all the time from people asking me, "Hey, I'm 20 or 49 or 60 or 80. Is it too late? Can I change? Is there time?" The answer is, it's never too late. There's always time. The only question is, how long are you going to sit here and make excuses and pretend there's not? A couple of years ago, I definitely was a loser. I was tired of living the way I lived. No one respected me. I lost everything. Depressed. I lost purpose in life. So I had to change something, but what exactly? What can you do to change your life and move yourself to a better place in life? Where do you start when you want to embark on this life-altering journey of your personal development? How can you break free from your mind-numbing mediocre existence and unlock your true potential through personal development? Are you tired of a soul-sucking job? Are you longing for deeper connections? Are you unsure of your purpose? All these pain points are your launchpad for your transformation. If you know what to do, when to do, and when you do, you'll discover a life of growth, purpose, and limitless possibilities. Come on and join me to this journey. Subscribe now. It won't cost you anything, not even a cent of your money nor time. Also, tap the like button on this video. Thus, this helps the channel to grow and reach out to many people. Thanks and welcome all.